an extremist, right? That's not a bad thing at all. That's a good thing.
She's just kind of protecting the ideology by saying that, like, it's like don't listen to those guys. But like that's where the ideology comes from. She's just being inconsistent there. Like I saw a recent video by Eric Rogers. He has a video titled "There's no such thing as extremism," where he goes into that point towards the end of the video.
But there's an important thing to note here. There's a lot of people who are very concerned about these attributes. Oh, this is extremist. Oh, this is radical. Oh, this is centrist. Oh, this is just the middle of the road. This is fine because it's the middle of the road. Like, they inherently are using them in order to refer to things as being good or bad. Extremism bad because no argument, actually. There's no real argument there. As a person in chat pointed out, it is the middle ground fallacy, right? We gotta have a mix, because a mix of both one good idea and a bad idea somehow leads to a better idea. It makes no sense when you pick it up, when you pick it apart. But the framing itself about extremism versus non-extremism is so absurd. It's used so much in normie circles. You see them everywhere. And there's no actual arguments they will provide about it to prove that we should even care about these labels. We shouldn't. The only thing we should care about is whether we're moral and consistent.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just there to stop you from thinking about it. Like, and that's like where her ideology comes from too. So it's like, yeah, she's just being inconsistent.
I mean, that's like the whole meaning of like being a normie. Is these people just kind of indoctrinated by state education? They have their minds destroyed by it, and it's the entire point is conformity. So if you're anything outside of that, you're an extremist, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're logically consistent, that's extremism, because you're not listening to your teachers. Like, why aren't you listening to your teachers? Like, that must be false. Mm-hmm. Then Casimir is actually saying Marxist socialism nearly killed my family. The fact that these speakers are alive and not in jail is offensively extremist to me. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's the same here. I mean, my country, Casimir know me personally, but yeah, they killed a lot of people here. My forefathers probably died because of them as well. It's super offensive that people keep trying to keep this ideology of death alive. It's insane that people still can cut through it, but definitely a big problem because of the state. It's being advanced because of the state and other idiots.
They reach a certain number, then I can guarantee you our economy will stop being as productive as it currently is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's an extremist view when people start talking about taking away people's wealth. I mean, I think that's like the buzzwords that scares people when people are saying simply they want people's basic needs met. Obviously, given where society...
I'm curious, like, what her actual prescription is going to be, because she's saying it's like, well, it sounds extremist. I'm against it when people start talking about taking away people's wealth. Like, well, how are you going to fund it? I want to see what she's going to say here. How are you going to fund it then?
It's anti-conceptual thinking.
Can't take away Elon Musk's like $400 billion plus dollars, but I'm just saying my point of view, my moral compass is everyone's basic needs met. And then when I see...
Okay, so you just want the effect.
How do you do that?
But how is the cake made, in effect,
certain billion...
How is it made, right? How do you get that without taking away the billionaires' wealth? Because you're saying no one should be a billionaire. How do you achieve that without taking away their wealth? How are you going to achieve that, Miss Socialist? How is that going to happen? Please enlighten us. She's not going to, of course.
Millionaires, not just him, several of them that could be doing more and choosing not to. I think that's just a reflection of their moral compass.
I'm not the kind of person to say we shouldn't have billionaires. I think there's the extremity view that we should just get rid of everybody's assets, and that's not the case. Like, you should be able to own your phone or a teddy bear or something like that. I think, but to say that Elon Musk got his wealth from free markets, I think is a little bit disingenuous. We have to acknowledge the fact that there is rent seeking by corporations just as much as the state. And so to say that it's a...
Okay, and which entity, maybe this guy doesn't think that maybe they're all socialists who think that wealth shouldn't be taken away from billionaires. Shocking, the first group of socialists who say that. Question, what makes them socialists? But that's actually what they fucking want, right? Because he's saying, well, there's rent-seeking being done, so stop the rent-seeking, meaning take the fucking wealth. Okay, and who is going to take the wealth? Well, it's going to be the government. Is that not equally rent-seeking? Like, what are you saying here, Mr. Socialist?
And before we go any further, it's important that he actually said, okay, you should be able to own a toothbrush and a teddy bear, right? But where is the line being drawn? Usually, these people will go like, okay, the things that could be used for production, right? That would actually generate this value, the surplus value or whatever. The things that could be actually used for production in general should not be owned. That's what he's going to be saying. Of course, that's the next thing he's going to say. That's why he said the but there at the end. But what stops anyone from using anything as production? Absolutely
Also-
nothing. You can use it anywhere to make to produce things, like producing entertainment for people. You could do a lot of things with anything, right? The world is your oyster. But this is actually an arbitrary limitation on production itself. Not even saying that it's an arbitrary distinction.
What is rent seeking, if I may ask?
I don't know. It's just a buzzword these people like to use. Let's look up a definition of rent seeking. Like I hear it a lot. It just seems to kind of boil down to I don't like that. Let's see. Rent seeking is the act of growing one's existing wealth by manipulating public policy or economic conditions without creating new wealth.
Based counter economics.
So manipulating
Sounds like.
economic conditions without creating new wealth. How are you doing that?
Yeah, how do you do that? I guess I mean,
It sounds like a definition that is super loaded with terms and notions that
the last
are
part is just confusing.
it's not really defining anything.
Yeah. I mean, the last part is like confusing. Like,
Of course, there is a subtitle here in the Wikipedia article on Georgism. So I think that tells you everything.
God,
you know.
no. All right, let's continue.
Free market, and that's the reason why he did so great. There's so many other things that go into whether he did great, how great he did, and I think we do have to kind of take those things.
What I had wanted to say, because I resonate with what you're saying a lot, I think you'd have to be a monster not to want everyone to have their basic needs met. So the issue then becomes how we get there. So when we say both...
I do want to have a caveat on that. Everyone? Like, I don't want everyone to have their basic needs met. Like, I think some people should die. Everybody thinks that some people should Adolf Hitler have his basic needs met? I don't think so.
I think he should also die.
I think Adolf Hitler should not have his... And of course, she's going to go into this. It's the question of how do you go about getting those basic needs. If you have the premise, everyone should have their basic needs met. Okay, let's say there's somebody who does not want to do any work at all. And they piss off everybody deliberately, right? They're deliberately pissing everybody off. Anybody who tries to give them money, they take the money and then they spit in their face, right? They are deliberately antagonistic to anybody trying to help them. And they never do any work, right? Is the prescription that people should keep going up to this person and giving them food, giving them wealth, and getting spat on in return? Is that the prescription? I don't think that's very justified at all. I don't think that it is true that everyone should have their basic needs met. I would challenge that premise there. I think Karen Ann Harlos is wrong here.
It's not on the wrong footing, but I think she's going to recover. I think she's doing it just to